networking.
Yeah.
It seems like networking has kind of been a big aspect of not only just new leads, but just people getting to know who you are.
Networking has worked out very well for us. It's the first time I've really been a part of it in a smaller atmosphere versus like a big corporation, selling somebody else's product versus my own. That has really benefited putting ourselves out there and really just having conversations is where it all starts.
What has been one of the biggest goals that you've either already achieved or that you still want to achieve before the end of 2025?
To horn in specifically, we've reached a lot of goals in this fourth quarter that are their goals for a reason. They're goals and aspirations, and they should be excited to be met, and they have been met, and that's great for us.
You upgrade to your next camper, and it's got the full shower, it's got the bathroom. Do you use the shower in the bathroom, or do you go to the public showers?
The hot topic: do we use the bathroom?
What's going on, everybody? Walter Hooper now of Hooper Marketing. Yes, we did a slight name change for the business. We just dropped the W and the A because it was, quite frankly, it was getting too complicated for people to remember at various functions and or events, and so it was just a lot easier. I think it rolls off the tongue a lot smoother as well. So we are now Hooper Marketing, but that does not mean that Marketing Minds Meet changes. No, Marketing Minds Meet is still the same and better than ever. And we are continuing to roll out episodes and content featuring local business leaders, entrepreneurs, community figures in the Metro Detroit region. And, we're going to keep that trend going, of course, because today I have an individual on the program who I had the pleasure of getting to know for the last couple of months now. They gave me an amazing feature presentation in one of my networking groups. Probably one of my favorite presentations, if I'm going to be completely honest here. And they are the owners of a landscaping business, and also comes to find out they also go camping like I do. So it's like we were just meant to connect. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you the one, the only Nicole Lovati of Lovati Outdoor Services. What's up, Nicole?
Thank you for having me. I am very excited to be a first-time podcaster here on Marketing Minds and just ready to hit the ground running with you.
Well, yeah. So with that being said, let's get right into it. First and foremost, Nicole, why don't you tell everyone who you are and who is Lovati's Outdoor Services?
Yeah, well, my name's Nicole with Lovati's Outdoor Services, and just as I gave you kind of a presentation last time, Walter, on a rainy day, it is monsooning outside again. So I will do kind of an overview of kind of Lovati's Outdoor Services. First and foremost, I'm a mother, a wife, and a dog mom. And
there you go.
As a Lovati's Outdoor Service owner, we are an outdoor service company. We service year-round outdoor services, commercial and residential properties. We are a small family-run business, about 2.5 years in the industry now. We're looking to just be really integrated in our community. As Walter mentioned, we've met at some community network meetings and just really trying to get involved in where our community is flourishing and be part of that flourishing experience too. So we offer weekly maintenance services. We offer one-off services such as shrub trimming, major landscape design, installation, dirt work, grading, sodding, holiday light installation, and snow and ice management services. So we are your full-service outdoor service company for year-round services.
I love it, and I love already, and we'll get into this in a moment. But I love how I love the passion, I love the enthusiasm, but also there's a certain measure that I know already that Lovati's goes above and beyond for quality and customer service and care. So we're gonna get right into that as well. But tell me how did this journey of running a business begin? How did that?
I don't even know, honestly. Sometimes I sit back and I'm like, how do I get here? And then I realize how I've gotten here. So our experiences range from Phil Lovati, the owner of Lovati's Outdoor Services. His experience is come from working in a major company downtown Detroit to also working in the cemetery business, which some people can find very interesting. But it also provides a lot of opportunity for outdoor services, equipment, working major, landscaping and other equipment that comes with that. So with that being said, I've also had some experience in the customer service world, being with Hospice of Michigan in a leadership position for about 8 years. I've had a lot of different experiences there that have kind of set me up to be in a very healthcare service customer mindset, which I think is what we've been applying to the customer aspect of the landscape company and how we're trying to differentiate ourselves amongst other ones out there too, by integrating ourselves in the community as well. My husband has previously coached basketball at the middle school in St. Clair Shores, and really just getting involved. So is what we're trying to do as well.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know he was a coach.
Yeah, one of the reasons I married him.
Nice.
You see growing up as children, you find a passion for playing the sport, and then you're not able to play the sport anymore, and then you find another avenue to coach it, and you're like, that's the type of role model I want for my child one day. Speaking of children, so then working in the Hospice of Michigan world, we found ourselves in COVID, which was my previous experience. And working from home, I've also had to go through an IVF experience, which led me to really reevaluating what my priorities and passions are for in life. And that, I guess, is where I would kind of say the business plan kind of transitioned from, is being kind of overly extended in both of our fields that we were, and wanted to reevaluate after we've had a successful IVF experience, and then really what we wanted to provide for our lives going forward. And being in this situation now as a business owner has provided us the opportunities that we never thought we would see possible, by being available in different ways and just allotting our time differently.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the journey from it's just from one avenue to the other, but in some way, it kind of melts itself together and kind of evolves into what Lovati's is now.
Yeah, I think each piece that I touched on, just very briefly, kind of all leads into what we're really trying to produce in the community, being very community oriented, whether it was, a child's base coach to, working with children within hospice care, or helping other people care for other people in that avenue. It all resorts down to providing a service that we're ultimately caring for somebody's needs, just in a different way. And it really just has to be presented within the scope of what the actual work is. It's just showing compassion and care towards the services that you're providing for other people, regardless of the service that it is.
Great. Yeah, right on. Again, customer service. It's all about helping the individual that needs help.
Yeah.
Was it always in the cards? Was it a dream for you guys to want to start a business, or did it just kind of happen?
It just kind of organically happened. And I'm still trying to pinpoint the exact moment in time, and I can't. I think it just kind of transitioned naturally, where the product that we were providing out in the community took off faster than what we thought it initially would. And I think it speaks volumes to the individuals doing the actual work and having the conversations, and how that transpires to others. We've been very fortunate to be successful upon word of mouth and referral base, and that is all power to that. Is awesome and great for us, and we can only hope it continues to transpire like that. But I can't put it has organically happened for us, which I think is also very cool as well, that we educated ourselves with the tools that we had available to us. We're surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals to try and really learn from people who have experiences that we want to experience in our future, and just I wish I could put a timeline on that, but I am not really seeing it. Do I have an exact hard date of when we said we're leaving this place and we're going all in? Yeah. March. March of last year. We said it's all in or nothing, baby, and we went. And it's been the best decisions we've ever made for our business life and our family life.
And you know what's amazing too, and I love hearing these stories because they all kind of have that somewhat of a similar trajectory. It's, you know, you reach a certain point, it's like, okay, do I want to keep going down the path of where, you know, I just do my 9 to 5 and that's that, and then, or do I want to take that risk? 'Cause that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a risk.
Yeah.
We all took risks when we, you know, decided to go down the path of entrepreneurship. So you and Phil decided to take that risk, and it seems like already it's already starting to pay off, and that's pretty goddamn impressive.
Yeah, I think, but is it ever really a 9 to 5? Like, we're never gonna work 9 to 5 again. And not
Hey, me either.
Not in my world. Not anytime soon, at least. And that's not a bad thing either. I mean, I think it just shows to the work ethic that goes in for individuals in our field or what we're doing right now. It's just a different trait to come across in people.
Yeah, and I don't know about you, but I remember when I was younger, in my 20s, you know, and not long after I started my business and all that, I always thought to myself, when I'd hear people of like my peer group age or people that were, you know, more seasoned than me in their profession, it's like when they, like, I was looked at it as if you chose the 9 to 5, then again, this was my sentiment in my 20s. Mm-hmm. You know, then it was, well, you just decided to just settle and just live out the rest of your life working just to what. But now, I'm curious to see if you feel that way or if you see it differently.
Have I second guessed my decisions? Is that the real question?
No.
Good, because I haven't.
Good.
Have I thought of what my life would look like if I continued the same realm that I was in? Absolutely. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to be the wife, the mom, the friend, any point of quality of individual that I thought I wanted to be in this next stage of life. I think this was the best decision we could have made. It was,
Well, things happen for a reason. I truly believe that.
I mean, yeah, I thought about, like, do I want to take a step back from management? Do I want to, but look at, I'm in management now, but in a different realm. And so it's like, was it the position? Was it the employer? You get bits and pieces of things everywhere you go. So you don't want to pinpoint it's one thing or another. You grow as an individual through all experiences. And, you know, I do think, you know, do I just want to be the employee? No, I don't want to just be the employee either. So this is where we're at, and we're very happy with how things are going.
Yeah, and if people could have seen their presentation and what they talked about, it was so, like, you got everyone's attention like that, and then just again the story that you told from where you were from then to now was captivating.
Yeah, it's a little more formatted than maybe this was, but you know, nerves are a little.
It's okay.
Here.
You're doing great.
Standing up, public speaking, more of my atmosphere.
Yeah. So because this is Marketing Minds Meet,
yeah.
You know, we talk about marketing. So my next question for you is, what would you say is Lovati's biggest strengths with their marketing? Whether is it door-to-door flyers, is it social media, is it email campaigns, websites? Also, what is could use improvement in your marketing campaign?
So, such as this podcast, there's several podcasting on what is the best marketing technique out there. You know, the door-to-door is a huge one for our business, but I don't think it works for the area that we are in community-wise. Half of our homes, they do not solicitate on them, and you know, it's just not the field that we're in for the door-to-door market. We are sending out marketing via U.S. Postal Service. That has worked very well for us. And really just the community on the social media platforms has performed extremely well for us as well, in that mindset.
Okay, great. I love to hear it. And also, I think kind of like what you mentioned prior to is networking.
Yeah.
It seems like networking has kind of been a big aspect of not only just new leads, but just people getting to know who you are.
Yeah, small business-based networking has worked out very well for us. It's the first time I've really been a part of it in a smaller atmosphere versus like a big corporation, selling somebody else's product versus my own. So that has really benefited putting ourselves out there, and really just having conversations is where it all starts, is learning how to put yourself out there, share your experiences, and find something to connect on, such as camping, or as, in the meeting, I think I divulged a lot of personal information to really connect with everybody in the marketing group, to really just get involved and get more connections in different ways.
Right. Because I will say, and I think especially like when you especially starting out in any small business, networking is, I think, probably one of the best, if not the best way to really get yourself out there, because you're basically jumping into the deep end of the networking pool and just swimming and trying to navigate, like you said, okay, who am I going to connect with today? And I think, you realize too, that you don't always connect with everyone in the room, and you're not going to.
Yeah, I think that's interesting to find out too. Having conversations is how you realize who's the right friend, individual, client, cohort for you. And, those are going to come and go. It's not about everybody. It's about the right ones in my mind. And that's hard to understand when, you get to a certain point too. It's not, declining business is not a bad thing. It has to be the right fit, just like every other piece in your life has to be the right fit for you and what your mission is.
Yeah, absolutely, 1,000%. You should get there. you understood the assignment.
I try. Go Lions.
Yeah. Yes, go Lions. So for you guys, what would you say is what would you say would be one of your biggest goals that you want to accomplish? Because we're now about to begin fourth quarter, which is wild to say, but what has been one of the biggest goals that you've either already achieved or that you still want to achieve before the end of 2025?
Yeah, I think we are in the position to where we have lots of goals because we are a new business. But to horn in specifically, we've reached a lot of goals in this fourth quarter that they're goals for a reason. They're goals and aspirations, and they should be excited to be met, and they have been met, and that's great for us. But what are those projections after that? Not just financial projections, but where do you see yourself and what the goals are? We are really need to expand our market in the commercial realm, which is something that we are going to be doing, and hopefully be very successful in this fourth quarter, setting ourselves up for next year.
Perfect. Okay, so we've gone down what I call, because I'm a Star Wars guy, even though I'm a little bit. It's complicated right now.
Those types of people you meet at these, networking groups, you just don't learn about their Star Wars addictions. And then, I'm not one of those.
That's
people.
okay. That's okay. Well, right now it's definitely not the time to be. But anyways, in Star Wars fashion, we do the light side and the dark side. So we went through a bunch of the light already.
All right.
So now it's time to go down the dark side path a little bit. So
Okay.
we're gonna get into some territory that maybe other shows don't necessarily get into, as far as getting to know business owners and their companies. So the first dark side question I have for you, Nicole, is tell me something about what you do that you don't like and why.
What don't I like? Staying up until the wee hours of the morning, crafting things for the business, anything that you could think of, which is just going to come in time and what happens is that you find the ability to replace individuals with things that they are more better suited for than you. And it just comes with growth. And right now, I'm wearing a lot of hats, as we all do. And those hats, they get heavy sometimes.
Oh, they sure do. Okay, so just learning where your
it's a boundaries thing,
Yeah.
and it's a work ethic thing for me. In my past employment, I have always been very, heavy work driven. Boundaries are always kind of wavy, and that's fine, but it'll come in time that I'll be able to reestablish some better ones.
Yeah, and I will say, getting to the boundaries thing,
We were talking about flip phones the last time.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a moment. But it's also, just knowing when to, not just say no, but also know when it's, okay, these are my business hours, okay? Mm-hmm. And contact me during these times and these days. Outside of that, unless we talk about it prior or we establish an appointment to talk outside of those hours, don't contact me, and I'll whether or not I decide to keep this in, that's my show. But so there is an individual that I'm helping, and case in point, it's 4th of July, and I get a message from them asking something regarding their campaign, or I can't remember if it was that or if it was getting in contact with the web designer that I work with. And I'm literally sitting on my buddy's boat on 4th of July, 8 p.m. This couldn't have waited. This couldn't have waited until the day after.
Yep, boundaries.
Hashtag boundaries. But yeah, it's just knowing when to. And for me, I just didn't answer. I'm just I'm gonna wait until
it's a holiday weekend.
It's a holiday weekend. What are you doing? Yep. What are you doing?
It's rough. Don't do it to yourself.
Yeah. Moral of the story: don't let it happen to you.
Establish them strong and early.
That's right. Don't be a victim. Be a pioneer.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So that's great. For you currently, also for you and Sir Phil, what would you say has been one of the biggest challenges so far with Lovati's outdoor services?
Fun fact, the landscaping business is very saturated. So there are plenty of individuals and companies and very skilled homeowners that do the jobs very well. So I think I read or looked up before, it is like 1,000 for just our St. Clair Shores and general vicinity area. It's like 1,000 landscape companies per individual available. So, you really have to make yourself stand out. And our biggest struggle, I think, we have commercial clients and quite a few, but it is really breaking in to get into the commercial realm. There are the bigger landscape family-run businesses that we're interested to be in the market with. And it takes time, and we're aware of that. We're not trying to slow growth and fast growth. Any growth is good, but manageable growth is the most ideal. So, do we have every commercial client that we would like? Absolutely not. That goal is always going to be growing too. So, I would think that would be it's definitely a goal and aspiration, and also a struggling point too.
Okay, so commercial.
Yeah.
Wanting to go more commercial, and you wouldn't necessarily drop residential either.
No. I think the residential market and being in the community is all about that. That's what really fills up the cup. Fills up the heart. Essentially, is getting the immediate. It's not just all about the finances. It's getting the immediate satisfaction by providing a product for somebody, whether it's a luxury service that somebody can provide for themselves or a needed service that somebody might not be able to provide, but is providing for themselves. And you need to be able to see the difference. And those two differences fulfill a void in us, but also the commercial feels a different type of revenue as well.
Yeah.
And a portfolio.
That is 1,000% spot on too.
Yeah. So although we may have a nice little niche in the residential right now, we would like the same little niche in the commercial. A combination of both is where we're really trying to succeed in.
Okay. So then as far as residential, which could also lead and morph into a commercial presence, where is your current residential presence? Is it all of Metro Detroit? Is it just Macomb County, Wayne County and Macomb, or Oakland? Where does Lovati's Outdoor Services provide their who's their audience right now? Who's their target market?
Yeah, we listen to a couple of mainstream landscaping, local Metro Detroit and surrounding counties podcasts, and the saying that they say is 5 mile famous, or 5 miles from your home base, is really where, in the world you're going to make the best market in a residential commercial avenue, for your own family life to be able to be available, for your business life. So I guess they like to say 5 mile famous, but in our world, we're about Grosse Pointe, St. Clair Shores, Harrison Township, New Baltimore, and the surrounding, counties and cities, really.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Macomb County.
All right, Macomb County. All right, perfect. That's a good county to be part of. So,
yeah.
All right, so another dark side question I have for you, and this is somewhat of a new one now. It's been asked a few times, but let's just say if, and big if. Again, let me big if. Let's say if Lovati's Outdoor Services were to no longer exist and were to be no more, what does Nicole and Phil do? What's the backup plan? Is there a backup plan, a plan B? What's the plan of action?
The plan B. Could we ever go back is the question. Could we ever rewind and go back and be the individuals that we once were to fulfill a financial, to keep our house and family life running? You do what you have to do sometimes. So yeah, we could go back and be those people if we wanted to. I feel that we would find a different avenue not to have to be in that world, though. If we were able to figure out how to build and grow and be these versions of ourselves, I don't think we can go back to be the 9-to-5ers. So do I have a hard plan B? No. That's my, bottom line. But we'll figure it out.
So, but it wouldn't. Overall, the plan B would not consist of going back to
the corporate world.
Corporate world.
No. I think at that point we would have made connections in some way to be able to figure out avenues for our lives to not have to be bombarded by the corporate America again.
I like that. Determination to not go back.
Yeah. There'll be food on the table though, but it might be different food.
Yeah. But that just goes to show and prove that. So to go back to when I was in my 20s and all that. Mm-hmm. So now in my present day, in my wiser mid 30s era, a lot of times entrepreneurship isn't for everybody.
No.
And that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't mean that individual is made the wrong choice or, is by any means a bad person. It just means that they know what's best for them. Because I have some of my best friends, they either work corporate gigs or some of them work on the line for the big three, or one works for the post office, and I'll use those individuals. They've said to me, and they don't mean it, and I know they don't mean any shade or anything. Yeah. It's just I'm set for life, Walter. I got benefits, I get overtime, and even if I get off work early, I still get paid the full 8-hour shift. So it's like, okay, that's great.
The package deals are nice.
Yeah, having that Blue Cross Blue Shield.
We've both benefited from them from before. I remember the perks very well.
That's right.
They haunt me and sometimes in my dreams when I'm able to sleep. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the path that they chose.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have another element too of that, where a partnership. I'm a wife, a mother, and a spouse working together. So that also is another level of, I don't want to say complication, but another level of just being able to make sure your boundaries are held in different ways, and know when it's on time and off time to have conversations. Those other avenues of podcasts that I mentioned. Another goal would be for us to, get involved in those types of things as well. They offer like together in the trades types of husband and wife, seminars that you would be able to join and things of such to better make sure we're excelling in different ways that maybe somebody in the outdoor service field wouldn't have the tools to excel differently, or trying to access some of those different things.
Mm-hmm. So you brought up an interesting point. Actually, this actually might be a new question that I'd start asking. See, you inspired me today. She always does, but this one is in particular. For those that go into business that are husband and wife or siblings, so is how easy or how difficult is it to keep the business hats on with each other as husband and wife, and then knowing when to take them off? Are they always on when you two are together, or is it okay, it's 6 p.m., let's say 6 p.m., all right, take off the work hat, let's put on the personal,
Yeah. I think it's hard. As stated, boundaries are a thing for me. I think in this stage of where we're at right now in our business, our hats are always on. It'd be silly not to have them on. It'd be silly to think that there is a moment I am not looking for an avenue to support my family or to support the business success. Because the business is a separate entity than my family. We're all separate things, and the business needs to be able to survive without the family, essentially, in the long run. The family is then going to remove themselves to be able to be what they've set themselves up to be. So, the ultimate goal is that in the long run, the wearing the hats, it's just, it's a matter of creating opportunities. I grew up with a strong family that always sat at the dinner table every night and had dinner as a family. My husband as well. I think that is one thing, and he'll tell you, people don't have dinner this early anymore, Nicole. Life goes on past 5 p.m. People eat dinner at 6:30, 7 now, 6 o'clock. But we eat dinner together. And that is what the luxury of this business has provided to us, is that it fulfills the small little goals that build us up better, and hopefully build a better little human that's living in my house right now too.
Yeah, and it's, that's a very valid point too, of especially in year one. Just having it on all the time. It's
hard. It's hard. So we spoke of camping. We went camping this past weekend. Do we turn off when we go there? Yes. Do we turn off every Sunday? We are not open on Sundays. We don't reply to anything. The grass, it's grass. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
On Sunday, if I don't answer an email or a phone call. So just as your 8 p.m. time is cut off, we do after 6. I'm a business. I'm not answering any phones. Although I'm a family-run business, yes, I would love to talk to you during my family time, but not today.
But not today, people. Not today. Oh yeah, and that's so that's so vital. But also too in the same breath though, because in year one, you have to. Because I remember my year one, it was constant, just checking the emails, making sure that the phone calls were responded to, making sure that
gotta capture the lead.
Yeah, gotta capture the lead. And also going for certain accounts or certain clients that maybe aren't necessarily the best fit for you, but because you're starting, you kind of have to just...
Yeah, is it every client's the good client, the best client when you're starting off, or is it still the strategy of finding the right people? You know?
Yeah. So, I mean, it definitely... It gets better.
It does. You get a little less tired, I hope, in year 7.
Yeah.
After you hit that 5-year mark.
Oh, gosh, yeah. No, I remember... Yeah, 5 years was pretty good. 7, I will say, because I have talked about this too before. Year 7 was tough.
Really?
Yeah. Well, at that time, I lost a couple of accounts. One really big account, which that one really hurt. And that one actually happened right before my birthday.
Oh,
so I was like,
yeah.
"Hey, happy birthday to you!"
What age were you turning to?
Oh, yeah.
Was it like 30 and you're like, all right, this is how I'm starting my 30s?
Yeah. No, I would have been 32.
All right.
32 maybe? Yeah. So
At least it wasn't during the midlife crisis.
No. Oh, God, no. It's not time to buy a Corvette just yet. So, but yeah, no. Every year, and part of it too. I will say, I definitely paid more attention to other things that I probably shouldn't have. Like I was paying more attention to philanthropic endeavor, which is great, but that's not putting bread on the table. That's not providing me income. It made me feel good.
Yeah.
But it just the mindset wasn't right, and so I had to do a hard reset after, and so then the priorities got back on balance, and so
hopefully my year 7 looks a little different.
Yeah, I hope I hope anybody's year 7 looks a lot different than mine did. So it's okay to be an asshole sometimes, I guess is what I'm saying. It's not all about good works. But last dark side question I have for you, and this one's kind of are you into music like at all or anything, or?
Shoot me, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's see what I can come up with for you.
Okay. Well, okay. Are you familiar with a blues artist? He's an old school blues artist by the name of Robert Johnson.
No, do you have a song?
Okay, so you might know his songs because they were covered years later after he had passed by Eric Clapton and Cream, Hendrix, like all of these now infamous legends. One song in particular called Crossroads, which was made famous by the band Cream from the 60s, which was Eric Clapton. So there's a mythos, a legend that goes where he, how that song came to be and how that transpired was Robert was starting out, wasn't really much of a player. Like he was okay. One of his guitar teachers even went on record stating that he was, like, when he was first teaching him, and even as time progressed, he was like, he didn't think he was going to go much of anywhere. Well, then the myth goes that one day he was walking back from a gig of some sorts, and he happened to stumble upon this crossroads. Now, he's from the Mississippi Delta, so like the deep south.
Okay.
So he happens to stumble upon this crossroads, and then this individual comes up, this gentleman, and says, "Oh, hey, I see you got a guitar there. Do you need your guitar tuned?" And he goes, "Sure. Why not?" So he tunes his guitar, and then he says, "All right, now that I tune this for you, you should be able to play, even better than before." Well, let's just say that his playing got to the point where, even to this day, because I play guitar myself and perform and all that, his guitar playing to this day still blows my mind. It blows a lot of other like famous guitarists' minds, that a lot of the guitar parts that he was playing. Now, mind you, this was like in the 30s. And it sounds like there should be 2 people playing, but it's really 1. Like that's how like amazing and iconic he became. However, one night he was performing, and he happened to he liked to, talk with, the females and what have you. He's just trying to be friendly.
Of course.
And one night he talks with this one particular female, and they're hitting it off. Well, comes to find out, she already was taken by someone. She already had someone that she was in a relationship with. Well, this person didn't like that, and ended up poisoning his drink, and he killed right there on the spot.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, so going back to when he got his guitar tuned, that individual that tuned his guitar ended up being the devil himself, because even though he said, okay, this is going to make you an even better player, the devil always collects his pay in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, of course.
So my question to you, Nicole Lovati.
Yeah. All right.
Let's say the devil makes you an offer and says, Nicole, I can make you and Phil and your family so well off and provide you with exponential wealth and growth in Lovati's Outdoor Services. You wouldn't have to worry. You would have people knocking on your door, calling you on the phone, wanting to have your services all throughout not only just Metro Detroit, but Michigan and even worldwide. Like, you would be that famous. However, just like I said, the devil comes to collect his pay. That does come with a price. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it could be you. It could be family. It could be friends. It could be loved ones. But you would be set. You would be taken care of. Your life would be great. Do you take the deal with the devil?
I think it's all about perspective. No, I would not take the deal with the devil. Because what one man's perspective of having the world is another man's perspective as well. Or woman's. No. See you later.
Hashtag bye.
Hashtag not today. We're not trying to be a large provider either. In reality, we are really just looking to provide stability for our family just like everybody else is, and live a comfortable life. My comfortable life is very different than somebody else's perspective-wise. And no, I don't need any of that. Simple girl in a big world.
Oh, I love it. Well, you passed.
Good.
Well, I did have one time. There was this is a few years ago. I did have this couple. I met them randomly at a bar, but I did that whole thing and like. That's
a thing people still do these days. They get out and they socialize.
Yeah, right.
That's how we met.
What a concept. But without hesitation, they said, yeah, they do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool.
To each their own.
So, but hey, so there is no right or wrong answer. Is there morals to it? Sure, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're right or wrong.
It does not.
Well, congratulations. You made it out through the dark side. Now we're back. You're like, cool.
Good. The dark is hard out there.
Yes, it sure is. But but we ask these questions because it's people. Not enough people ask those questions, and I feel it's a great way for people to really connect with the individual even more so, like hearing those things that aren't necessarily talked about. You know?
Learn from each other's struggles more than you learn from each other's successes.
Correct.
For sure.
Correct.
And you learn just individually from your own experiencing struggles.
Yes.
It's where the most growth happens. So they say.
Okay, so now veering back into the lights. It's funny because the rain stopped.
The rain has left, which is great for an outdoor service company.
That's right. So when you are not, being the boss that you are, and running the business with Phil, and making sure people's lawns are maintained, what does Nicole and Phil and Co like to do for fun? What are your favorite hobbies and activities?
Well, we like to celebrate our Lions.
That's right.
Night football. Go Lions. Jared Goff.
Yes.
We are true hard campers, and majority of our friends are too. So do we like to float down a river and have a good time? Absolutely. We are a huge family group of friends and dogs, and come one, come all, and have the biggest cookout of your life while we're camping, enjoying ourselves. We are a Sunday football type of family.
That's what I like to hear.
Our son the other day, gosh, he's 3. Talking Lions are starting again, so like last month, and he goes, "Oh, I like the ones with the horns." It's like, the horns? What horns are you talking about? He's like, yeah, the horns on their head. They have horns. We're like, the Lions? And he's like, no, they're purple. We're like, purple? The Vikings? You like the Vikings? You never even watched the Vikings before. All we watch are the Lions. Who do you even know what the Vikings are? And I was just flabbergasted at what these little kids pick up off the TV,
Wow.
when the football game's on. What he's paying attention to. He likes the guys with the horns, people. Gotta get the kid to a Lions game.
Yeah, right. It's like, that break. Oh, that hurts. But
Yep.
hey, they're kids. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that one pass.
Yes, I'm letting it pass you.
So, camping. What kind of camper do you have?
We have a pop-up camper. We're in the market for a new hard-sided camper. We've dabbled in all types of campings. We've hiked the Porcupine Mountains, the North County Trail. We have done the backwoods camping, and now I'm a little older. I need a little bathroom in my camper. I need a little cushion on my back a little bit more. I'm ready to luxury it up in this next year here. Trading in and trading up.
That's not a bad thing. Our camper, it's a 28-footer. It's a Wildwood. It's I love it. It's great.
No complaints.
No complaints whatsoever. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy nature. Nature is fun, but at the end of the day, when I want to come back inside, and whether it's really hot outside and go back into my air conditioning, or if it's cool, come back in and maybe turn on the fireplace, because there is a fireplace.
Luxury at its finest.
That
people.
is, yeah. We can do that, and I
start freshly showered the next day.
That's right. And we were talking about this too. So and refresh and for the people here that don't know, that maybe do camp as well. You upgrade to your next camper, and it's got the full shower, it's got the bathroom. Do you use the shower in the bathroom, or do you go to the public showers?
The hot topic: do we use the bathroom? Yeah. If I'm paying for it, I'm using it. If I have it, I'm using it. Shower, yeah, I'll probably use the shower too. You won't catch me in a public shower if I have one in my camper.
Now, see, I used to be a little weary about that, at least with the shower, because it's like, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
But really, all you're doing is just making sure that obviously the temperature is right. And then, unlike a shower at your house, you just rinse off, turn off the spout, stop it, so then no water, because it's a tank that it goes into. So
yeah, you just got to be cautious.
Yeah, you just got to be mindful of it, and I honestly like taking a
all
nice...
right, TMI. So you're going to the bathroom in your camper, okay?
Yeah.
Are you putting the toilet paper in the bathroom, or you're keeping it out of the bathroom?
No, okay, yeah, no, we do not do that, and here's why. And I will.
See, double-edged question.
Yeah, I love this. We should start a camping podcast. We really could. So what we do is we have like a makeshift diaper genie, and then we also have diaper bags. So then we put when we're done doing our thing, we put the toilet paper in those diaper bags, tie them up, and because they mask the scent very, very well.
Oh yeah.
Also, there has been a common problem issue when you put the toilet paper, and also you do not put Charmin down your camper toilet.
People are like, how did this marketing
I know,
podcast
right?
get to this toilet paper podcast?
Because these are the real issues at hand, people.
Yeah.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
They sure do.
But even with the special toilet paper that you use for your RVs or your boats, it can like get like piled in there, and it can cause issues where like it's called like a pyramid, and so it just gets stuck in there.
Yeah.
Then it messes with your sensors as far as which, to be honest, the sensor level, the sensors that can detect the level of water in your black tanks, they always get fucked up. So really, it's when you pump it out, that's when you kind of have to guess and gauge, like, okay, this is how many times we can use this.
First world camping problem.
That's right, first world camping. That's right, Nicole. That's right, Nicole. First world.
Worried about potty sensors.
That's right. That's right. So, but to go back and fully in summary, no, I put the toilet paper in a diaper bag, then put it in the diaper genie, and then
It's a process.
it is a
That's
process.
why they call it camping. It doesn't matter how luxurious your camper is.
That's right,
There's
yeah.
always something while you're camping.
That's right. That's right. So, besides camping, is there any other activities or hobbies that you enjoy?
We do scooter shooter soccer every Friday.
Scooter shooter soccer.
Yeah.
What is that?
Last year I was our son's soccer coach. This year I took a step back because the business is a little busier. Clap to that one. I don't know a thing about soccer. I know a thing about keeping little ones on the field. But yeah, other than that, time is hard to come by in reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There is never enough.
Oh, I
go around.
I hear you on that one. And also, Nicole also joined a volunteer group that I'm also a part of, also on the board of directors on the Shorewood Kiwanis Club. What can you tell me about your experience with Shorewood so far?
Very welcoming. I mean, I honestly just popped in. Lovati's Outdoors sponsors the Heartbreak Cruise for the past 2 years, and I thought, well, I'm donating my money this way to contribute to something that I attended for children and myself, my whole childhood growing up. I stepped right in at the group, and everybody started introducing myself. Nobody even asked where I came from or why am I here. They were just happy to have me. I was just, honestly, for going out of my comfort zone, I couldn't have been more pleased.
So you were a cold walk-in?
No
one like.
I'm really trying to get out there, Walter.
Wow.
Really trying to get out there.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought someone from the club like kind of brought you in.
No, and now I'm just like a part of this group. I got invited to this one. It's all about where you put yourself.
Yeah.
So it's surrounding myself with the people that I want to be doing good work with.
Yeah.
And that's what that club
Wow.
does. That's what Shorewood is doing.
Yeah.
And I just saw an opportunity and walked in. I mean, I had opportunities at my past employment to, I like to say, fill my cup up. I have had to have very hard conversations over the phone with people, and you just got to really find extra avenues to fill your cup, fill your heart up in reality, and that's what this club is going to do for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a fellow Shorewood Kiwanian and board member, I am thrilled to have you and Sir Phil in it, because you're a package deal.
Yeah, Phil attended. He's a hard worker out there. You know, we caught him on a rainy day, and he was able to kind of see from a different aspect what I'm trying to do for myself, but also for the business as well, to really be a part of the community. Yeah,
and I mean, we're thrilled to have you guys in it, and thank you for your sponsorship for the Harbor Cruise. That means the world. Any and all helps. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, you think of these things that you do as a child, you know, in your own childhood, and then it's like very full circle now that, you know, I'm an adult and you understand where and how things and productions of those such go on, and what amount of effort of free time volunteers put in their time to really put on a huge, massive event for the city that, you know, my family parents used to take me to, and now I'm doing the same.
That's great. I love it. Well, like I said, thrilled to have you in the club, and
Thanks.
Can't wait to see what you guys
Gave
will
me
do.
this opportunity to do this.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So, couple more questions I have for you before I let you go, because now that the rain has stopped, I'm sure people are like, "Hey, I need my grass cut." where can people find and contact Lovati's Outdoor Services? Do you have a website, email, phone number, social media? Now is the time to plug all of the things Lovati's Outdoor Services.
Yeah, Lovati's Outdoor Services. We are your year-round outdoor service company, providing you with lawn maintenance services, weekly maintenance services, commercial and residential. You can find us on lovatisoutdoor.com, on Facebook at Lovati's Outdoor Services, and Instagram at Lovati's Outdoor Services.
Even on the gram too. I love it.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this has been a pleasure and a joy to sit down with you and chat even more. Nicole and I have had a chance to connect a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but I was really excited to get you in here today and kind of get you.
I hope I did it justice. First timer here.
No, you did. You did great. You did great.
Thank you.
Did great. But that, I believe, is going to do it for today's episode of Marketing Minds Meet. As always, please thank you to everyone that's subscribed to the channel, liked our videos, our content. But if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify. Rate our podcast episodes on Spotify. Like our content on YouTube. Follow us on social media, Hooper Marketing. And now also you can go to our new website, hoopermarketing.net. Check that out for all things digital marketing and Hooper Marketing. And with that being said, that's going to conclude another episode of Marketing Minds Meet. And everyone, take care and have a great rest of your day or night, whenever you're watching this. Just do good. So.
Do good.